Get to the chopper now. And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Mikey the Freak.
What's up?
And Steve.
Yeah, hello. How is everyone doing today?
I knew he was going to do
That was
it.
that was almost Wookiee-esque.
Hey, Arnold always gets Wookiee, man. Get to the chopper now. He always does it.
Get to the chopper now.
If you have not guessed by the thumbnail, we are reviewing Predator this week. IMDb states that a team of commandos on a mission in Central America jungle find themselves hunted by an extraterrestrial warrior. Before we get into the movie, though, let's check out the trailer.
Yes, let's.
Let's do that.
Is it Commando or Predator?
Yes.
Sorry.
We're a rescue team, not assassins. Now,
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
what do we gotta do?
In a part of the world where there are no rules,
We pick up their trailer with a chopper, run them down, grab those hostages before anybody knows we were there. What do you mean we?
deep in the jungle, where nothing that lives is safe,
You lose it here, you're in a world of hurt.
Showtime, kid. Knock, knock.
an elite rescue squad
Stick around.
You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to believe
Greatest line of the movie.
is being led by the ultimate warrior.
We need the best. That's why you're here.
But now,
What's got Billy so spooked?
there's something out there waiting for us. And it ain't no man. They're up against the ultimate enemy.
Holy Mother of God.
Nothing like it has ever been on Earth before.
She says the jungle just came alive and took him.
We cannot see it,
No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing.
but it sees the heat of our bodies and the heat of our fear.
Whatever it is out there, killed Hopper. And now it wants us.
Good
It
hopper.
kills for
Get to the
pleasure.
chopper.
He was skinned alive!
It hunts for sport.
He's killing us one at a time.
We're all gonna die.
But this time, it's picked the wrong man to hunt.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
th Century Fox presents Arnold Schwarzenegger. Predator. The hunt begins Friday, June 12th at theaters everywhere.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Wow.
Predator. Steve, you say that movies put the whole movie in trailers now? They did it back then too.
There you go.
They really-
You know everything. Now.
That
No,
was-
I mean, they did. Yeah, they basically showed us everything up until the final fight. They essentially showed us Bill Duke's death. They definitely. Oh no, they definitely showed us the possible death. They showed us
Carl Weathers' death.
Carl Weathers' death. Yeah, the only thing you don't see is Billy just cutting the blade across his chest.
Which
Stuff will make
Yeah.
you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
I love that whole thing. He stands there like cuts his chest, stands there like you're about to see this big fight scene, and
And then you
Sounds
just hear
like a
him
bitch.
scream.
Sounds like a bitch
Yeah.
getting killed. Like, oh, he's dead.
But this was my movie. This was one of those movies that, one of the few horror type movies. It's a sci-fi.
This is a sci-fi adventure. I wouldn't consider this horror. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
not
guess it
scary.
could go. It's not scary at all. You're
No.
right. It's more sci-fi than anything.
Now, if it was Arnold Schwarzenegger and a gang of people going into the forest to face Pinhead, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
a horror.
But I mean, it's one of those fun things. I love the reveal of the Predator, not the where you see through him where he's the jungle, but it does that fate, that digital fade out to where he finally reveals himself, and he just looks badass. It's an awesome looking design as the Predator.
Yeah.
Really well done. You're engaged in this movie because you think it's a war movie going in. Then there's they're in the jungle on a
I mean,
mission.
if you saw the trailer, you wouldn't think that.
Well, this is true. This is very true. But I mean, it's a war movie. I never like Arnold as a U.S. Army guy for some reason. It just don't.
Why? Because he's Austrian.
I get. Oops. I guess. Let me turn my phone down like a professional. But yeah, it's one of those movies that I could sit there and watch this many times. I enjoyed the whole thing. It's shot very well. For the 80s, this type of movie is done spectacular. I think it plays out like you don't know who's going to win. So that's my first impressions of the movie. Steve, what are your first impressions of the movie?
My first impression of the movie is of the Predator.
Not doing
Like
impressions.
sleeping.
Not doing impressions.
No, I mean, how do you not love this movie? Like, it's the Predator. It spawned so many sequels and great things of lore. You can take the alien skull in Predator 2, which was originally supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but they couldn't come to an agreement for money. So they changed it from the jungle to the urban jungle and made it Danny Glover instead of Arnold, which is just weird. I really like this one. It's a great cast. Bill Duke, Jesse Ventura, Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Predator. I mean, they made a whole series about trying to catch that guy. So, I mean, who doesn't love it?
I agree. Mikey the Freak, how about you?
Yeah, I mean,
Really, guys, nothing on my to catch a
What?
Predator joke?
No.
Oh no, I didn't.
He passed because I'm good.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It flew
He
right over
passed.
my
It
head.
was good.
Flew right over my head.
No, the movie was great. I haven't seen it in years, and going back and watching the movie, it's definitely something that you would want to continue watching. Predator 2. I don't know if the sequel is just as good as the first one. Sometimes it's not. I can't see Danny Glover at all being in Predator 2.
He's too old for this shit.
Exactly. But I love the graphics, the presentation of the Predator in the mask, and then when he takes the mask off, it's just spectacular makeup,
Oh yeah.
unbelievable makeup. Same thing when the people get killed, like when Jesse Ventura gets killed, the actual makeup on his body, showing his body completely, basically with a hole through it. It was absolutely fabulous. Everybody's death scene was great. Everybody. Spoiler. But yeah, it was again all around great movie, fun to watch. You're right. You get kind of into the movie and engaged and knowing either who's going to die next or how are they going to catch him, and the blood not being actual blood, and it was that lime green, neon green
Yeah.
blood, I thought was very
I believe it's called Mountain Dew.
Glow
No.
stick. Yeah,
that was
it's like a glow
that was
stick.
glow stick water.
Yeah.
That was a glow stick.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Could be. Tastes like zero. But yeah, it was all around fabulous.
All right. Ratings. I'm gonna give this a 8.5. It's a great movie. Love this movie. Like you said, the acting in it's great. Great cast. It's shot very well. One of my favorite scenes is where I can't remember his name. Duke takes and he sees the Predator for the first time, and he takes the Gatling gun and just totally just
Oh,
lays
Mac.
out the whole jungle.
That's right after he blasts Jesse.
Yeah,
he
right.
kills Jesse, and Mac
Because
just goes ape shit.
Jesse's the one that has the minigun one to begin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they just demolish a full path in the jungle.
And they
Like
just start shooting. Like they don't know what the hell he's shooting at, and they're like, "Oh, well, he's shooting. I'll start shooting." So everybody just starts lighting it up right in that area, and they don't know what the hell they're shooting at.
As far as I know, for that scene when Bill Duke takes the minigun and goes across, that's all a practical effect. So they had a ton of the blanks in the gun, and then they had to do the motion and then get the timing, because I think there's an arching shot from behind of him going and everything falling with it. But that was all practical effect.
It was a great effect. Most of the stuff in this movie is practical effect. There's hardly any like CGI or anything like this, except for maybe the digitization of the Predator. But even then, when he's not camouflaged, it's a great costume. It's an amazing costume. So yeah, 8.5 for me. That's what I'm gonna give this movie. Steve, how about you?
I love this movie. I think it's a really great one. I'm going to give it a solid 8. All around, it's a fun one. I watched it last year or a year or two ago. Like every other week, I would put the Predator on just as like background noise. I'd put it on to fall asleep. It's a fun, but I do that with a lot of movies that I love. It's movies that I've seen 100 times that I just know the repetitive and I know the pattern. So it's just one of those, you watch movies from your childhood because it brings you comfort, because it's just something that's familiar, and that's just good for me for going to bed. So other than that, solid 8. Very much enjoyed the flick. If you haven't seen it, why not? Why haven't you? Go check it out. Mikey,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Ditto.
I was looking.
Yeah.
I was
No,
looking,
solid 8.
I know he's here.
Computer graphics, makeup, everything about the movie interesting, fun, gory. That wartime, as you said, wartime. The wartime drop into the middle of nowhere into the forest trying to catch something you can't see is actually kind of scary, because
Yeah.
you have no clue what's going on, and you see these people are all strung up and skinned alive.
Scandalous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like holy shit, So what are they up against? And that's when they kind of try to put two and two together, and they think it's just people, and
That's why I
so
really
forth.
like it when they go into Predator 2, because then you have like the whole homicide, and you have gangs, and you have like that Jamaican guy, and him and his chicks get strung up, and man, like it's just fun. I'm sorry, don't mind me. You were talking about skinning people and hanging them upside down. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. But solid 8 for me. If like Steve said, if you haven't watched the movie, why
watch
not?
it.
It's a good addition to your Arnold Schwarzenegger archive.
Correct.
Yeah,
All right,
it is. It's a lot of fun. It's have fun with it.
How
Yeah,
about
it
a
is.
little
Yeah.
fun facts?
Yeah.
No more
Yeah.
fun, no.
After Dutch impales a bad guy against a wooden post with his machete, he utters the immortal one-liner, "Stick around." This was apparently improvised by Arnold.
He's trying so hard.
I am. The Predator's blood, a goopy substance with the color of Mountain Dew, was made on a set
No.
using a mixture of the liquid from inside glow sticks and
Oh, we're both right.
and KY jelly.
Wait,
Had to
Mikey,
stick around.
Mikey, I'm pretty sure you have both of those at your house, like on Thursday
Yes,
nights,
it
right?
is.
Glow
It is
sticks
so
and
much
KY.
fun. It is so much fun when we turn the lights off.
Glow sticks and
You
KY.
see it, you don't.
Party.
You see it, you don't. You see it, you don't. You see it, you don't.
All right, Arnold Schwarzenegger lost over 25 pounds before filming began in order to better fit the role of a special warfare operative who would be lean as well as muscular.
Yeah, I think this was like him in his prime. Like
Oh,
he was fit.
Definitely, and Carl Weathers too. Like when they do the
Yeah.
little the arm thing, and then they're arm wrestling in the air.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. I saw him a few weeks ago, and he definitely was. He didn't look like that anymore.
Who Carl? Carl Weathers.
Yeah, we saw him a couple weeks ago at Comic-Con in Orlando, and yeah, you see him in a distance. We didn't stop and meet him, but from what I heard, great guy. So I had a couple of friends got some Rocky pictures signed,
That's
and
cool.
but yeah. So.
All right, Steve, what do we have for some soundtrack, sir?
There's no sound. It's the
What's the
theme
sound
to
of the
the theme to the Predator.
Ooh, what? There's nothing. They had the
Yeah,
radio playing
there's
and
no.
70s.
It's Long Tall Sally by Little
Okay.
Richard. I want to
Yeah.
say, go round it, baby, with bad damn Mrs. Down. Yeah. Stuff will make you a sexual tyrannosaurus. Yeah, Long Tall Sally. I want to say is the last is the song that they have on the soundtrack.
Alright.
Other
The
than that,
only one.
the
as
only
they're
one.
fly-
No,
as they're flying in.
there are
Yeah.
probably other ones, but you know what I mean.
Right. All right, Mikey the Freak, what do we have for related reels, sir?
So I went with the major ones. Carl Weathers. Loved him in Rocky. I just mentioned that a few minutes ago. He's in the show The Mandalorian. If no one's watched that yet, I know Bearded Geek hasn't.
Not an episode.
Huh?
How have you not watched The
He
Mandalorian?
is
Not,
not a Star
not
Wars fan.
one episode at all.
One.
He
There is
an
a
ass.
song. There is a song called Self Destruction. Man, there's a song called Blaine Gets Killed on the soundtrack. Mac loses it. No, there's no real songs. It's all just shit that happens in the movie.
Okay.
Preparing Camp Attack, Predator Surgery, Dylan Disarmed, Jungle Trek, Predator Unmasked, Mac Targeted. There's just a track called Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
They
Is there
don't
one
even
called
they
Get to
don't
the Chopper?
on the soundtrack they don't even have Long Tall Sally. There's one called Pig Alarm.
Pig alarm.
Pig
Yeah.
alarm. All right.
Yeah. Remember the pig trips the
Oh yeah.
That's a minute 29. Pig Alarm. Dog Tags, minute 18. Anytime, minute 7. Sorry, go ahead, do your related reels. I was making
I was
sure
just
that there
waiting
was
for
no
you to
real
finish.
soundtrack.
I got nowhere to be. So the last one for Carl Weathers is Happy Gilmore as Chubbs. I loved him as Chubbs and Happy Gilmore.
All in the hips.
Bill
all in
Duke
the
as
hips.
Mac.
It's all in the hips.
Exit Wounds, great movie. Commando, also with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Car Wash. If you haven't seen Car Wash, that's a great flick.
Here's a fun one for you about Bill Duke. He directed Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
And he was in the movie as well.
Was he one of the priests?
No, it says he was a lieutenant, I think is what I saw. He was
A
one of the
lieutenant?
cops.
I have no idea.
Not Lieutenant Dan, but yeah. So Schwarzenegger. So everybody knows Schwarzenegger from, of course, Expendables and your Predator, your Terminator. But let's talk about 3 terrible movies that I want you guys to try to watch.
You better watch what you say right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay, let's go with Iron Mask.
What's Iron Mask? Don't know that one.
2019.
Nope, don't know that one.
Exactly. Batman and Robin.
Shut your mouth right now.
He was terrible.
Oh, that's
Shut your mouth.
horrible. That's
It was
horrible.
terrible. Shut up. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Nope.
And it was terrible.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Terrible.
And
Sure.
Junior.
It's great.
You never seen Junior?
Saw it in the theater. Emma
Where
Thompson, Danny DeVito, they make him pregnant. What is not to love? Movie's hilarious.
It's terrible.
Jingle
All right,
all
so
the way.
Steve loves the movies. Well, Jingle All the Way I thought was cute. Sinbad did a terrible job. And then Phil Hartman. You gotta love Phil Hartman in
Oh
Jingle
yeah.
All the Way.
Yeah.
So that was number 4 on my list.
All right. Well, as we come to a close, Steve, where can people find you on your podcast?
Oh, folks, you can find me on The Last Podcast You'd Want. It's available on all major podcasting outlets, right here on the good YouTubes. Go check it out. Tell your friends. If you like the show, tell everyone. If you don't like the show, just keep your mouth shut. Hey, tip the veal, try the staff. Until next time, we'll see you then.
All right, guys, make sure you check out the Mod Squad Network. That is the sister show of Back to the Retro Review, where we have a wrestling show, a gamer show, a Movie Talk Monday show, a horror show, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, guys, I do believe that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. If you like this, make sure you give us a good old thumbing. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. So, For Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, keep it retro, everybody.
Peace.
Ah!